All right, another H2K reacts. This man is why To Catch a Predator ended. So this is by Fright Crave. Yeah, I've never watched one of his videos, but let's see it.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, what are you doing?
nothing. What are you doing?
Nothing at the moment.
He already sounds like a fucking creep.
Are you gonna come or not?
Yes, I shall.
Well, when are you gonna come over?
Well,
I'm
a
bored.
little later.
A little later.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, I guess.
Horny boy.
We really hoped, as they knocked on the door, that Mr. Conrad would peer out through the peephole, through a window or whatever, and he would see a face that he would recognize, and that he would easily open the door and talk, and then we could approach at that time and say, this is why we're here.
Then we hear a faint crack. The officers force their way in. For almost 5 minutes, we don't see or hear anything. Then Lieutenant Adana Barber of the Murphy Police Department comes out and tells us what happened.
As they made entry, they confronted the suspect. I believe he was in the hallway, and he told them he wasn't going to hurt them, and then shot himself in the head.
Whoa. I mean, if he was a pred though, good riddance. Rest in piss.
To Catch a Predator was a show that needed absolutely no introduction.
You want to explain yourself? I have been in television
Bro, Chris
for
Hansen
24
is an
years.
icon.
I just came to get something to eat. And I have very
Hansen.
seldom
I like to call you
been at a
Chris
loss
Hansen.
for words. And why did you send pictures of yourself like this to her? Oops. Oops.
From 2004 to 2007, the show ran on NBC for 2 seasons and had a total of 20 episodes. The show, though controversial, was a hit, as its host Chris...
Damn, it was only 20 episodes? You see these episodes everywhere, bro. Like, these shits were so fucking popular. I'm actually so surprised that it was only 2 seasons. Well, I guess we'll find out why it ended.
Chris Hansen confronted predators and often sent them on their way to serve a sentence in jail for attempting to solicit sex from minors. However, the show came to a close with some knowing why it ended, and leaving many others wondering why the show was pulled off the air. For those who don't know, the show ended under highly controversial and disturbing circumstances, as Chris Hansen and the Perverted Justice team confronted its largest catch to date. While many of the predators the team apprehended were comparatively small fish in a pond in comparison to the shark they were facing. The man in question was a district attorney who, instead of meeting up at the Sting House in Murphy, Texas, was met by the team as well as law enforcement
DA.
at his home. But this event would end up being one of the darkest in television history. This is how and why NBC's flagship show, To Catch a Predator, ended.
Well, there's something I gotta tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on it. You think this is funny?
No,
It's a big joke.
No.
Stop it.
All right.
That, and I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
To get the history of how exactly To Catch a Predator began, we must take a look back at the show's enigmatic host, Chris Hansen. Born on September 13, 1959, Christopher Edward Hansen began his career in journalism in 1981 as a reporter in Lansing, Michigan. In May of 1993, Chris began working as a news correspondent for NBC before transitioning into work for NBC's premier news program, Dateline.
Is Chris Hansen from Michigan? Oh, spelled it wrong. It's all, is he a Republican? Oh, he was born in Chicago, but he grew up in Michigan. Okay. Well, I didn't know either, but now I kind of want to know, though. No, he is not. No, he is not. Man, that's great.
With Dateline, Chris worked as a correspondent on various notable and notorious stories, such as the Unabomber, the Oklahoma City bombing, the Columbine High School massacre, and the TWA Flight 800
He's been around
disaster.
for a while.
His work with the program was seen as excellent by many, and would go on to be one of the many premier news outlets that covered the 9/11 attacks as well as their perpetrators, Al-Qaeda, in depth. However, in 2004, Chris would work on a special episode of Dateline in correspondence with the team that would assist him on many future investigations, Perverted Justice, for an investigative report on sexual predators who use the internet to attempt and coerce underage kids into sex. For the first investigation, it was only Chris and the Perverted Justice team who were at the scene during the initial episodes. However, this changed when they all realized they could potentially get these individuals arrested and placed behind bars. As on each investigation, dozens and...
See, that's the shit that sucks about a lot of, like, the new pred catches. Is, like, I do like the ones, like, Dads Against Preds or whatever, because they just beat the absolute fuck out of them. Those are great. But, like, people like Vitaly and shit. Is he still in prison? I don't even fucking know. But, like, when Vitaly was doing them and shit, sure, you're, like, making fun of them and all that shit, and you're, like, they can do whatever they want to them, really. Like, they'll get their head shaved, blah, blah, blah. But they get off for free. Like, it ain't like you guys are beating the shit out of them, because you can't do that on stream. Even on Kick. But, like, bro, they're leaving there and continuing on with their lives. They'll go somewhere, meet people who didn't watch the stream.
dozens of men
I
entered the
actually
sting
like to
house
see them
in
go
hopes
to
of having a
fucking
sexual
prison or get
encounter
their
with
ass
minors,
kicked. I like seeing consequences.
usually between 13 to 15 years old. The show led to countless shocking moments as predators showed up naked with their own children, or even were caught multiple times in different stings.
Oops.
Throughout the show's tenure, To Catch a Predator had 12 different sting operations, where 120 different men were apprehended and convicted of attempting to have sexual contact with minors. One of the show's final in-depth investigations was conducted in Murphy, Texas, where for 4 days, Hansen and the Perverted Justice team confronted and apprehended 25 men. The Murphy, Texas investigation was seen as unsavory by many of the town's residents, as it was drawing unwanted attention to the city. Many believed that the sting operation there was luring more predators to their town than capturing them, and many began protesting the show's decision to operate within their jurisdiction. Even with protests going on, the investigation carried on without incident when the team made contact with the user named NX00, who was by far the largest catch the operation would ever encounter. The man they made contact with was the Kaufman County District Attorney, Lewis William Conrad Jr., or for short, Bill Conrad Jr. Bill Conrad was born on January 30th, 1950, in Terrell, Texas. Throughout his career in law enforcement, he was seen as a highly respected figure who did his best at upholding the law in Kaufman
Just imagine
County.
how many people he took
However,
advantage
while on
of
the
as a fucking law
outside,
enforcement
he presented
officer.
himself as an upstanding law enforcement official. Behind closed doors, he allegedly had dark urges that manifested themselves when he contacted a decoy from Perverted Justice. Now we will be going through the evidence that Perverted Justice had on Bill, with the many chat logs they had with him, as well as some of the phone calls Bill has with one of the team's decoys. For clarification, we will not be going through the entire chat log, as we would be here for a very, very long time. However, we're going to be going through quite a bit of it to showcase the alleged intent that Bill had.
I really don't want to listen to a lot of that shit, man.
Throughout the conversations Bill had with the decoy, the district attorney pretends to be a 19-year-old to allegedly cover up the fact that he was actually a 57-year-old attempting to solicit sex from a male he believed was 13 years old. Bill initiates the conversation with the decoy at 7:40 a.m.,
You
as
thought
all
19
the predators
was
on the
better,
show
though?
would and had done. And when the decoy responds
Kid's
at
still
9:02
13.
a.m., the two's conversation almost immediately becomes sexual in nature. Bill Conrad's username, of course, as we mentioned earlier, was NX00. The decoy's handle was No1093. Hello? Sup? Hey, sup? Just got up. Cool. How are you? Brain dead. Me too. ASL? For clarification, for those who may not know, ASL means age, sex, location. 19, male,
What the
Texas.
fuck?
You? 13, male, Dallas. Like where in Texas? Dallas. Pick? Yep, do you? Cool. Yep. Cool. Score? You have male. You're hot. You're hot. That crashes me. Can you email? Bill then begins sending photos to the decoy, none of which were himself. However, many of the pictures were pornographic in nature, which within itself is illegal. 4 of the 5 pictures were considered to be pornographic. You go to college? Yep. Where? Bi or gay? Gay. Texas. What do you like in guys? Like duh, but what one? UT. I like you. Aw, thanks. We just moved here summer. From? I want to go to Michigan State when I grad. Michigan. Cool. Sucks here. Do you have a boyfriend? I wish. So what do you like in guys besides me? Hee hee. It's hard because I have a really high IQ, and all peeps my age are... They don't like me. What age you like
Hey,
them?
they ain't allowed to say that word
They wanted
no
me to go
more.
up to 9th grade, but I said no. Now I wish I did. You in a frat? No. My cousin is, and it is like all guys, and they party all the time. Which one? I forget, I only got to go there one time. He took me for little brother weekend. Did you do anything fun? Got totally wasted. Cool, did anyone get in your pants? Hee hee. No, I passed out and barfed. Lots. That sucks. Now, to feature each and every single piece of the chat logs would make this video potentially hours long, as in PDF form the chat is 24 pages long. Rather than that, we will from this point forward be going through the chat logs to points where Bill made sexual comments towards who he allegedly believed was a 13-year-old boy.
Motherfucking freaky frog. Holy shit.
Have you met anyone to date from the net? So far they just want sex. What's wrong with that? Hee hee. It's fine, if more than one time, but I kinda want a boyfriend. I see. Do you have sex much? No. That sucks too.
Who asked this?
What do you
when
do
you
then
meet
if you don't have
somebody,
sex? Read, surf,
Fucking
read.
weirdo.
I see. What's your name?
I was
Luke.
never even this bad when I was on fucking.
Mine's Will. Nice to meet
what
you,
is
Will.
it? Tinder. When I was on that bitch,
Nice to
I
meet you.
never was just this
Like
up
William.
front.
Yep. Cool.
I mean, obviously, I was talking to fucking grown
When did you
women.
go
I
out with
was a grown
someone
man,
from
but
AOL last?
I never texted nobody.
Like a
who
month
was,
ago.
that I was
Says he is
fucking
30.
Even when I
looked
was in
like
high
50.
school and I was fucking with high school
What did you
girls, I
do?
never texted
Ran?
a girl like how much
You
you
didn't
have
do anything
sex.
with him?
Like,
That was fake
bro.
and he looked like my dad's age. Oh. When's the last time you did something with a guy from AOL then? This summer. When I first go here. I see. Then he didn't take my calls after he lied, said he wanted to be BF, and we talked and talked. Just wanted sex? Yep. How was he? Hee hee. I really liked him. It hurt. I'm sorry. How old is he? 25. Had a BMW and a nice house. And said I could have a key and hang out anytime. How many times did you see him? One time. The bitch. He just wanted in your pants. Guys do that because I'm 13 and they think I'm dumb. Top or bottom? Only done bottom. Cool. It hurts. Being a bottom? Yeah. Wow, that pic is so hot. Bill then sent a picture of a penis, believed to be his own, quote, clearly outlined under briefs. Emoticon. I wanted a dig cam for my B-Day, but didn't get it. And I wanted a Razor for Christmas and didn't get it. Maybe you'll get them this Christmas. No, Mom is always spending on her and my dad. Don't get me anything. He has a new family. You normally a bottom or do you do top also? I want to try top, just no one let me yet. Why not? Dunno. Do you have any more pics of you? Yeah. Send? Score. Let me look. It's gay. Was a joke. Nice, you are hot by the way. I don't think. You are. You just saying that? Nope, that would be rude. You're hot and in college. You can get all the guys you want. Why me? To me, you're hot. Why?
I like
like
younger. Ugh.
Really? Like for BF or just sex? Both. Here, Bill clearly indicates he prefers, quote, people who are younger. While speaking to the decoy as he believed to be a 13-year-old, it is easy to discern here that Bill is at the very least acting predatory towards an individual he believed to be 13. And at the same time, it could also showcase that he himself is admitting to the decoy that he is a pedophile. After leaving the conversation, Bill and the decoy would continue to talk to one another in very sexually driven conversations, and would begin talking to one another over the phone.
Yo, I don't want to hear the phone
and linked
calls,
to Bill
I'm not gonna
Conrad's
lie.
home phone.
Oh, I thought he was about to play one. Oh, no. Bro, I actually really don't want to listen to this shit. Bro, you put in 13 minutes of this shit? He deadass put in 13 minutes of phone calls. I feel like I should, because it, like, just because the evidence or whatever, but, dude, I don't want to listen to this shit. If it gets too bad, I'm skipping. I'm not trying to hear, like, some dude trying to seduce a fucking
Hey, is
boy.
this Will?
Yeah.
Hey, Will, this is Luke. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What's going on?
Nothing much.
No?
No. Did you get the dogs walked?
Yes, I did. I sure
Good.
did. Yeah. They're pretty tough to do, you know?
Well, for $50, just
Hey.
sitting around.
Yeah, I can't complain, you know? So what
I'm
are
not
you
gonna
doing?
lie, you can tell
Not
Bill is
anything.
gay, bro.
Well,
We-
actually,
we can tell you're gay from the phone game.
I'm sort of
There
watching
was
a
no
football
point to
game,
keep
but
this bitch
kind of
in
not
secret.
also.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what are you doing?
Just sitting around, chilling, you know? Hanging around.
Nothing going
old,
on over
same old.
there?
No, watching some TV. You know?
So you just going to stay there all day?
Yeah, probably. Probably. I got nothing much else to do, you know?
Ah, he's about to say some creepy
Just
shit.
never can tell. Something might come up.
Well, something might. Those pictures that you sent, those were pretty hot.
Oh, did you like them?
Yeah, I sure did. Sure did. You have any more?
What did you like?
I liked every bit of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every bit.
See, bro, I could never be a decoy or like try and catch somebody online because you got me fucked. Like, bro, I'm not flirting with you over the fucking cock pic you sent me. Like, you sent me your dick outlined, like, because you had fucking boxers on. Like, no way I can sit there and like flirt with you. Even if I knew I'm catching you, there's no fucking way I could do it. I would be so disgusted over the phone call. There's no way. Props to the guy who can actually fucking do this, because I'd be way too fucking disgusted.
Any particular?
What's it?
I say any particular?
I can't hear you.
I say any particular.
Hmm?
Any particular picture you liked?
Like, do we need to hear
You'll
all
send
this?
me any kind of picture I like?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I make any specific requests? Well, how about I request that you surprise me?
Oh. What would you like?
What's that?
What would you like?
Bro's hearing is horrible.
What type of picture would you like? Hello?
Hey, Will.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Nothing.
No?
No, I was looking up to see how to get to where you are. And
Oh, okay.
it's given somewhere like Murphy. I don't even know where Murphy, Texas is.
Oh, okay. I live like right on the border of between Murphy and Plano.
Oh, okay.
You know where Plano is?
I do.
Yeah. Sometimes the mail comes to Plano, sometimes it comes to Murphy. Depends on who's sending it.
Oh, okay. So did you walk the dogs?
I did. Gotta keep them walked, fed, and hydrated. That's my job. You know?
You know what, bro?
Well.
I can't listen to this shit, bro. It's just too fucking creepy and weird. I'm not listening to that shit. If y'all want to watch the video, I'll have the original link in the description. But I can't listen to this shit. I'm not trying to listen to that. Shit's making me way too uncomfortable.
Eventually, after the third call and more conversations with the original decoy, Bill disappears from the conversation entirely and begins deleting many of the accounts he had. Many speculate that Bill was tipped off by someone inside the investigation. Hanson Perverted Justice were the ones he had been talking to. However, nothing concrete has surfaced to prove this to be 100% true. It is likely Bill had no knowledge he was speaking to a decoy whatsoever. Nothing has been revealed to prove this to be true either. On Chris Hansen's podcast, Predators I Caught, he speaks with Texas lawmaker Kevin Carter about the Murphy investigation, for which neither of the men claim to have known if Bill knew anything about an alleged tip-off, or if he was even aware he was speaking to a decoy. At this point in their investigation, Chris, Perverted Justice, and Murphy police knew Bill was not going to come to the Sting House. So rather than do that, the collective decided to do something they had not done in the history of the show, and that was to travel to the home of Bill Conrad to confront him and charge him with crimes he allegedly committed. So after the police got arrest warrants from a judge and a blessing to pursue Bill by another, the crew set out to Conrad's home to expose him to the world, as well as place him behind bars. On November 5th, 2006, Chris Hansen, the Perverted Justice team, and NBC television crews and police officers arrived at Bill Conrad's home around 8:30 a.m. Shortly after arriving at his home, police began knocking on the door to no answer. Around 2 p.m. that day, police received confirmation that they could issue a search warrant on Bill's home, thus leading them to gear up to go inside. Officers peered through a window into Conrad's home as they began preparing to execute their search warrant. To see that his television and computer were on, and to ensure he wasn't deleting potential evidence, before officers arrived at the scene, one of the detectives asked a question that can now be seen as a haunting example of foreshadowing, saying, "One thing I didn't ask you, does this guy have weapons?" Then the police sergeant says, "I would say no to my knowledge right now." Not long after the officers made these statements,
seems like a
it became
pretty
painfully
important
aware to
detail
them and
to
the
skip
world
over.
as a whole that he in fact did own a gun. After waiting for an extended
Former law
period of time
enforcement, you
outside
think
of
he don't
Conrad's
own a
home,
gun?
police call in backup from the tactical team, and when they arrive, the officers make their way to the back door of his home in order to arrest him. Upon entering his home, the officers split up, and one part of the team encountered Conrad at the end of a hallway with a Browning .380 pistol in his hand. He uttered to the team some form of, quote, "I'm not going to hurt anybody," before taking the pistol, placing the end of the barrel to his temple, and he pulled the trigger.
He blew his fucking top off just like that.
Outside of the
I
home,
mean,
Chris
good
and others
riddance.
recount hearing a, quote,
fucking
faint
riddance.
pop inside of the Conrad home. For around 5 minutes after the gunshot is heard, there is silence, before Officer Dana Barbara approaches Chris and the NBC camera crew, informing them of what had just transpired within the house. Quickly, an ambulance and emergency helicopter arrive at the scene to attempt to save Conrad's life. However, their efforts would be futile, as he would soon succumb to the self-inflicted gunshot wound and would be pronounced dead. Dateline claimed the Murphy Police Department confiscated 3 computers from Conrad's home to be searched for potential evidence, as the media storm and controversy bubbled over into a wildfire. After months of attempting to go through the encryption of each device, Dateline aired a follow-up into the ongoing situation, reporting that CP had been found on his computers. On Chris Hansen's Predators I Caught, he states that CP had been found on Bill's cell phone. However, soon after the incident hit headlines, an article would be made in Esquire called "Tonight on Dateline, This Man Will Die," for which heavily criticized Chris Hansen and the investigation conducted by Perverted Justice and NBC. As all of this was going on as well, Bill's sister Patricia Conrad filed a $105 million lawsuit on NBC for the death of her brother in July of 2007, stating this in a town hall council meeting days after her brother's death.
Your brother was a
pedophile. My family and I have
pedophile.
experienced a great deal of hurt over this situation. I intend to fight as hard and long as I can to prevent others from becoming victims to such reckless actions as those taken by your employees, which were set in motion by a self-appointed group acting as judge, jury, and executioner that was encouraged by an out-of-control reality show. I would never consider my brother's death a suicide. NBC
He was a
commented that the
pedophile
allegations
who got
towards the
caught.
company were completely without merit,
What the
and
fuck?
continued to battle the lawsuit brought down on them by Patricia until June 24th, 2008, when the lawsuit was amicably resolved for an undisclosed amount. To Catch a
I'd
Predator
have
would meet
spit
its
in that
end in
bitch's face for her
2007
payment.
due to what had happened during the Murphy, Texas sting. And as a result of what had transpired with
Like your
Bill,
bitch ass brother.
many of
stop
the other
getting-
23
stop
men
having
apprehended in
pedophiles
the
get
sting
caught.
had their cases dropped without being charged. The legacy of NBC's To Catch a Predator is certainly a complicated one for many. Many believe the show was nothing more than a reality show that had inevitably went too far, while others believe it
Hell
opened
no, it didn't
eyes
go
to
too
the
far.
public as to how many people in this world prey upon the weakest in our society. The situation
God
with Bill
it's
Connor is
back.
without a
Thank
doubt
God Chris Hansen's
one that
back.
was severely mishandled, leading to one of the darkest moments in television history, as a man did take
Rest
his
in
own
piss.
life while the cameras were rolling.
Rest in piss.
After the show subsequently ended, many copycats would make their way onto the internet and spread like wildfire, with many watchdog groups surfacing. Some of the most prominent being Skeeter Jean,
Skeeter Jean.
DAP, aka Dads Against Predators,
Yep, Dads
and
Against
Predator
Predators is
Poachers,
awesome.
who infamously caught YouTuber EDP445 in a sting operation. Chris Hansen himself would go on to start
Yeah,
many
but,
other
but Alex Rosen's such a piece of shit. It's like, it's hard to really watch his stuff because he's such a bad person.
investigations, with Hansen vs. Predators and Takedown with Chris Hansen being the most recent in his predator hunting ventures. In recent years, Chris has started a podcast going in depth on many of the cases he and his team had investigated over the years, for which was used as a source for this video. The impact of To Catch a Predator cannot be understated. It was one of the most popular television shows for a reason, and it's proven time and time again to be relevant, as many people are exposed seemingly every day for being sexual predators, whether they are the neighbors next door or some of the most prominent and popular people in the world. You can see why the show continues to captivate audiences to this day, even after its extremely short-lived run on network television. Whether you like it or not, the show will forever be remembered by those who love it, detest it, and
Who
even
the
those
fuck
who were
would
caught in the
detest
show
it?
itself. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed
Anybody
the video,
who
be sure to hit the like
detests
button.
Catch a Predator
It really
is a
helps these
fucking
videos
predator.
get seen by others, as it helps with the algorithm.
Yeah, that was a good ass video, bro. Good ass fucking video.